Here we go, here we go, here we go again. Hey,
Oh,
the game just called me rude for that.
it what?
One of the fix-it tips was tip number 40, rude. Hello, it is good to be back. With our 1.8 gigawatts per hours of power.
Oh, more power is good.
Mm-hmm. Now we have some room
Love.
to expand just a little bit.
I actually have the possibility of bringing the rest of this online and finishing the build.
And now I need to decide what I'm doing next, because my projects, up to this point, are basically already rolling.
Nice.
And I think what I would like to do in an ideal world, unless there's something more pressing, is to try working my way down the sulfur and quartz trees.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
we can
go
get
for it.
1, explosives, 2, map. And various other side
Yes,
effects along
map.
the way.
I've never even seen the map. I've never pursued that in one of my games, which I'm not proud of that fact.
To that end, I may need your help because you are the host and I am the client.
Aha.
I can't seem to consistently stack stackable conveyor poles one onto the other consistently as a client.
Conveyor poles.
Yeah, the stackable conveyor belt thing. The stackable conveyor
Really?
belt.
It won't let you stack them?
Yeah, I can place one, but I can't stack one on top of it usually.
That is wild. Okay, if you've got a path
Yeah,
of real estate where you need me to stack a bunch, let me know. I can
I
run
just
go do
need
that.
one more on top of the sulfur line the from the base of the valley beneath the space elevator to the storage container where I've got the buffer.
Okay.
Where I am now, to just basically along the line, just one more on top, except for the first one. I managed to get this one, but no further.
Okay, you are. So I can get down here without. Provided that the game is telling me where you are accurately, which is possible. I've never been down here. I've actually never set foot down here. I did my build.
Yeah, you're all the way up there.
Oh, I can see you standing on a stackable
Yeah,
thingy
so
jobber.
this one, I've got just all the points down the line where I've got it connected to conveyor poles. I need one on top. Excellent, thank you.
Okay, where is the next one? I don't see. There it is. If it turns out I miss one in the trees, let me know. I can come back and
Sure thing.
do things.
Because I want just a little bit extra to play with for black powder using the coal node we've got up there on the cliff. I think that's where my experiments shall begin. And doing it this way puts more into use the buffer as sort of splitter to get it both to the generator and this operation.
Now, do you want me to go ahead and throw some on the rest of the path too, just in case you need to shove more down that way, or do you think you're good for now?
I'm good for now.
Okay,
That's all I needed.
sweet.
I didn't use stackable conveyor poles for the rest of it anyway, so you'd need to tear it up and
Oh yeah, you just put them on the rods. Okay.
yeah.
Nope, it's all good. I'm going to see about getting more assemblers, because I don't actually have the assemblers running yet for the for the rotors, I think is the one I was working on first. I want to replace the single rotor assembly thing we've got right now with proper factory.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so it takes 7.5 coal and 15 sulfur to make 7.5 black powder. Alright. Well, I don't need a whole, like, Noblisk factory.
Yeah, I built one of those, and it just sat there not doing anything a lot because it cranks out enough to fill up a container real fast, and then you're like, now what? Like, I'm sure there's something later in the game where you're like, yeah, you really want to have a whole bunch of automated Noblisk, but
I haven't found it yet. I haven't found any such thing that requires that. I mean, yeah, we could just manually craft Noblisk at that point.
Because the main thing I use it for is hand explosives and rifle parts.
Oh yeah, rifle cartridges, that's the thing. Well, at the moment, all we really need is a black powder a group of black powder assemblers. That's really about it. The way this has worked out, I'm working off of a impure sulfur node and a pure coal node.
Yeah. Heck of a combination.
But I can still make about 30 black powder per minute with this, so it is going to be more than enough.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to actually do with the rotors. They don't go to anything else except motors.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be making... I feel like we're not going to be making motors here.
Probably not.
They are probably going to get conveyored, trucked, trained something over to a motor factory. But I need to store them in the meantime.
Yeah.
And that's going to get stored. Part of me wants to put the storage up here where the copperworks is, and part of me is like, no, you're going to be ripping apart the copperworks and starting over soon anyway.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, for certain values of soon equaling when I get done with this iron monstrosity, which
soon TM.
Probably won't be tonight, yeah.
In the future. The foreseeable future.
Yep. Alright, so I think the storage... Oh, right. I've got all this empty space I can just use. We'll just conveyor it underneath.
Oh, I should also, at some point, make time to upgrade the concrete production line.
Also not a bad idea. Yeah, it's like, I kind of want to work on it, but at the same time, I should prioritize finishing what I started here.
Well, once I got black powder up and running, I will do that. I think will be the plan.
I did not just... yeah, I sure did.
What you do?
I accidentally placed a foundation on top of another foundation instead of next to where it belonged.
Ah.
The eternal struggle. There are 5 of the 13 iron rod makers pointing toward Rotor Factory.
Mm-hmm. You know what I also need more of while I'm here and gathering building materials? Some rods. Always need just a few more rods and cables.
Yeah, the original rod production still be fully in place over there. I haven't actually torn out the old ironworks. And until I can split off overflow from this one. Yeah, it's like, I didn't want to destroy that because I knew we were going to keep needing the basics. How much concrete did you leave me?
Oh, plenty.
Okay, cool.
I didn't need a huge amount.
I just realized
enough to work with.
Okay. Because I think storage is going to go above my assembler wing here.
Storage on top, or
Well, yeah, because unfortunately, trying to go underneath, the problem is that stupid sloping ground.
Yeah.
Like, you may have noticed I put some tiles down underneath there, and it's like, that's not enough room to put very many storage bins. But if otherwise, I'm just like kind of placing them on the ground willy-nilly, and I'm not thrilled about that plan either.
Nah.
So, when in doubt, build up.
Pretty much.
You can always build ramps. It's not going to be hard to get to. It's going to be harder to make than to get to when I'm done. But I'm running low on concrete. Oh, hey, I wonder if today it'll let me do the thing. It wouldn't let me do it yesterday. Yesterday. Wouldn't let me do it last week. Huzzah, I've been mugged.
Congratulations.
I just love having that inert thing to rotate to. Yeah, I should probably grab some plate while I'm here. Wherever the dinky darn I put those. Oh, right there around the corner here.
All right. Black powder production is now revving up.
Sweet.
Now I'm going to... Since we've got plenty of concrete in the bin...
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
I'm going to... Actually, I'm just... it still bugs me personally that, like, my ramp platform is, like, out of alignment with the rest of your Ironworks base, so I'm
just gonna tear it out and...
I'm gonna tear out the whole dang thing and make it in line.
That's not a problem. We have the concrete. I have grabbed what I need for the foreseeable bit here.
It's not like it's gonna take me
and there's
very
still
long.
more left.
Yeah. Need like 90, 80, not 270, but like 225, and then one at like 34. Yeah, so like 7 constructors.
And then there's the bit where you have to go 4 walls high with assemblers, or around assemblers, because if you try and do it 3, you get the clipping issue. Ugh. I think...
Well, these are connected independently, right? Okay, good. Don't want to be disconnecting power poles that are needed for the rest of the structure.
Just throwing concrete across part of the map to magically assemble itself into walls.
It's a genius move, Spud. Yep, this place keeps growing and growing and growing.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I will also need a Miner Mark II now. Oh, it is already Miner Mark II. Thank you.
Yeah, I did that.
Right.
I thought I was going to... I thought I was going to do more with that, and I kind of got that far and was like, nope, I have more important things to do.
We had pressing priorities.
Power grid may feel a slight pinch.
Do I actually need to go back a bit? I do. Did not give myself quite enough space. That wouldn't really work.
Well, drat. So many great ideas have to be abandoned just because they don't actually work.
Yeah. When do you know it?
Like at some point, the output of this Rotor's factory is not going to go exclusively upstairs to the big storage bins. But for now, that's where it's going to go.
Don't mind me. 45, 90, 135, 180, 225. I don't even need this last one. Good.
And there's that moment you have to remind yourself it's okay to use Mark 1 belts for this because the output is like each one makes 4 per minute.
Yeah. You're not going to need that much.
Rotor production and storage fully underway.
Heck yeah. $15 to 30. 30. No. 15 to 30. 30, 45. 60. Which means only this needs to be a Mark II.
Oh. Almost stepped on the back of one of the elephant ticks.
Nope.
That would have been awkward.
A little bit.
As he clips through our dang factory.
Oh, yeah, I can see him underneath there.
Alright, and even with all that machinery going, we're still only using, at peak, just shy of 800 out of our 1800, so...
Nice. Yep, that's why I figured it would be good to do a compacted coal line to give us that much more room to play before we hit oil products. Yeah, it's getting to the point where we could probably use a hypertube down here.
Cool. And I'm going to steal the rotors from down there in the old rotor storage and put them in the new storage.
Diggity.
Take a ramp, take another ramp, and there you are. We've got like 1,000 and change of them already. And I've got 2 industrial bins to store them in, so we will not be running out anytime real soon.
Excellent. Looks like black powder's going fine.
Cool.
Oh yeah, more than enough for the research.
Yeah, I added another floor up here, but I'm not sure I'm going to use an actual third production floor because I think I'm going to use the original facility to be the source of plates. Yeah, I've got rods and screws going here. I might just use this upper deck for rod overflow.
Good stuff.
Because I have in my spreadsheet, I've got 13 constructors for iron rods. And I currently have 7 in use. I gotta fit 3 more, or I gotta fit 6 more in this space, which I probably can. Which I should probably get working on so that I can be out of the iron rod making business in Ironworks 1. Question is, do you want me to do that, or would you rather have me start on the tubing or on Copperworks?
I don't really have a preference. You're the host, it's your priorities.
Alrighty. I feel like we have production, like everything's working.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to tear everything out right now because we actually are using all the smelters and we are making rotors now.
Yep.
Technically we're still making rips even though it's not optimized, but it is at least happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all the old stuff is still powered and working. It just has many, many more iron ingots available. Oh, nice. I love glass floors.
Mm-hmm. I figured if I was going to be building over there, I might as well make sure it's not, like, cast in darkness forever.
Yep. I like having the mix. I mean, I totally get your glass factory aesthetic. It does look really cool.
Yeah, I'm
But
I'm starting to come around on, like, doing, like, partial glass floors like you're doing, because it just looks like a big, bright block from afar when it's all glass.
yeah. A thing I will do in the not too distant future is I'm probably going to relocate the Caterium. I'll just make the same kind of storage bin setup up top for Caterium, and I'll just conveyor lift all that up to the top instead of having it just kind of running underneath this building. But it's not hurting anything right now, so not a priority. Okay. I'm going to need... What are the things I need for this? I need copper tubing like whoa. Oh, look. I'm now carrying 1,000 copper tubes. Why am I carrying screws? Okay. Because you haven't figured out screw storage, that's why. That's a problem for tomorrow me. Oh wait, I do have screw storage. And now that I'm not making rotors over there, it's actually getting filled with screws. Okay, what does that take? Actually, we'll need some rotors, but not that many. Just 8 for the entrance and exit, as well as a few EIBs for the same. Alright. Okay, stored some EIBs over here. Yes, I did. Not quite enough, but close to enough. I'm not going to get too precious with exactly how the hypertube line is laid out.
Mm-hmm.
But I am probably going to try to reuse some of the existing infrastructure since we've got the sulfur line. Maybe. I just realized what I can use my little platform under here for.
Oh? Oh, as a,
Hypertube launch bay.
Nice.
Because one thing we're going to want to do is try to minimize the possibility of running smack dab into a tick, because they're just going to clip right through. And you do not want to pop into one of those while you're doing this. So this thing's going to have to get built high. So I'm going to build out a bit. Yes, right through you, you giant blob of blobbiness. Oy. Okay. This might be marginally ambitious.
All right. Concrete has now been reworked.
Cool.
Upgrade complete. We'll be producing 80 concrete per minute.
That is sufficient. And then some. Okay, that's... It was going to take way too many stackable poles to make that work, so... I'm not going to try and get that ambitious. Oh, but I'm going to need a hotbar for this.
All right. Volatile applications.
New research available in the MAM.
Entrance support, not worried about those. Stackables.
Sweet. It is all within reach.
Excellent. Yeah, I see you there staring at me, you giant blob.
Inexplicably, I need screws.
There are screws being stored in the bin now.
Is that in the big building or the small, or near the small building?
Original building, in the middle of all those. Yeah, that away.
There we go.
Yeah, it's kind of like the middle bin of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what did I do that for?
All right. Detonator is on its way, and I just need to grab some more black powder and steel pipes to... And we will be equipped with explosives.
Excellent.
Which means I can finally get that hard drive that is surrounded by poison plants.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, one less obstacle to we are equipped to clear. I have a sneaking suspicion that the more involved of these two tree research projects is going to be quartz.
4 and 5, okay. So here's a hot tip. If you can place hypertube supports on top of regular conveyor supports.
Ah. Yeah,
But
you can...
Hypertube can go longer than a conveyor belt. So if you do the hypertube first and then think, now I'm going to run conveyors between them.
Oh, yeah. That's not gonna
You'll
work.
run into conveyor belt too long. So if you plan on dual purposing them, you'll want to do shorter runs between the two, which we probably are going to end up doing some of that. So I'm going to try to be conservative on.
Oh, sweet. The pipes and the pipes and the beams are filled up, so now the EIBs and stators are being steadily built. All according to cake.
Sweet.
Oh, howdy. That's going tall.
Yep.
I honestly didn't even think to do something like use stackables to make it extra tall. That's really good, actually. I need to keep that in mind.
Probably going to start decrementing that a little bit, but I wanted to start kind of tall because of where we're ending up.
Yeah.
And it's just we just have to keep in mind that if we see one of the space giraffe elephant tick thingies in our way, we'll like just pause your way in the tube until it wanders off. Ooh, look at that.
New equipment unlocked.
Sparky,
Oh, that
Sparky
came
Boom
from-
Man.
New recipe unlocked.
The rifle requires HMF, circuit boards, and rubber. So we're not doing that for a while.
So not now. Oh, yeah, the rifles. Yeah, you can't. That's
Can,
a post-oil
however,
thing.
get the inventory upgrades from that with just a few more resources. So I will do that. There's the detonator. There is some Nobelisk.
And now we can start moving things with just a snap of our fingers. Aim that way. Sure.
Does that one need... Alright, time to open up the map. Time to get some revenge and do a field test at the same time. Interactive map, please. Want a rotor. Do I have a rotor? I do have a rotor. Alright.
Dang nabbit, I ran out of iron plates.
Ah, don't you hate it?
I was hoping to make it all the way down and then take the tube back, but that didn't quite pan out. I'm really close, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, there's the poison pillars.
Yeah, I probably spaced some of these too far apart, but oh well. Just build a couple of short ones in between.
Oh, hey, friends. How are you doing this fine evening? All right, here we go. I believe this is it. Yep, there's the crash site. There's all the poison plants. Here we go. All right, one down. Oh, that's definitely chunkier than the snowballs.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's a whole beep and explosion and everything. It's quite the event.
I'm looking
Hard
forward to
drive.
playing with that.
But yes, for the low, low price of some black powder and steel pipes, you can have... Boom.
I mean, there is this rock over here I'd like to get rid of. I'm going to take a trip in what I have of the thing. It's going to put me out at a bit of a height, but I'm wearing Blade Runners. It should be fine. It doesn't have to have power at the other end to get you there.
That is true.
Wow, going down this hill at speed. Holy cannoli. Please don't die, please don't die, please don't die! Thud. And I landed exactly where I needed to be. I literally landed right at
The edge of the...
No, right where I had placed the previous stackable pole.
Oh, nice.
I ran out of plates to build more stackable poles.
Oh,
And I
see.
took the tube, and it threw me out, and I landed right in front of it, like half a meter away.
Nice.
Couldn't have planned that better if I tried. Alright, let's go up, 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 because I'm going to basically dump this thing out pretty close to... Like, my real goal here is to use your steelworks as the landing zone here.
Mm-hmm. So, well, that's working for about 10 minutes. can grab black powder, EIBs, and steel beams. I need to give this pipe a try now. Here we go.
Oh, it's you're gonna have a bit more of a landing. Do you want? Give me, like, hold
Give you some
tight for
time.
just a minute. Like, I don't need a lot of time, but you are going to fall from a really great height if.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that's not how I wanted to do that. That angle was wrong. That would have come out kind of bad. There we go. 2, 3, and that. Get out of my way, you giant thing. Ah, give me just a moment. Luckily, I'm standing right next to a place where I can get more steel pipes.
Very good.
I'm literally right next to that. And I also need just a touch of those to finish this off. Okay. Current mode build default. And fire away.
Okay. If you've been listening to the stream in the background, this may be the time you want to take a look. If you haven't seen the hypertube in action before. Let's go. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Da da da. Thump. And yeah, you're gonna pick up a lot of speed going downhill. It's gonna probably be a rougher. You're gonna have to down arrow that or up arrow that a lot to get up the hill, but
Yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay then.
and out you go.
Yeah.
You can see the previous one though. That would have dropped you from a bit more of a height than you really wanted.
Yeah, a bit.
Like that one there, the really tall one, is where the previous one dumped me out, and that fall was enough to take me almost a full pip of health off.
Ah.
So
Yeah, I need to get some more black powder now.
So I'm going to use your facility as a guide, and then I'm going to delete the guide platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will just kind of build a slightly elevated entry-exit thing here.
That's
Like,
probably
I'm not going to plunk it down on top of your thing, but I'm going to use it as a
probably better than
guide.
ground level, yeah. I think that's a good choice.
Oh, for pity's sake. You've got concrete here, right?
Yep.
Because guess what I ran out of?
That's kind of
Like,
why
really?
I figured it would be nice to have the concrete there.
Of all the things to run the heck out of. Okay.
Now to, guess while I'm here, think long and hard about how I'm going to handle quartz. Yeah, I can blow up these boulders now. Hey, buddy, old pal.
Oh, that is chunkier. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just added a double-sided power thingy to one of your windowed walls.
Ah.
Yeah, so that I can do it this way, right? So you're probably wondering, I've got those walls built up the way I do.
Mm-hmm.
Partly so I can have it so the power comes in at a better location, but also partly because when I first started these, I would walk in front of one of these entries, and you get too close, it just sucks you in. You're like,
Oh, yeah.
You're not given a choice. You are going on a ride now.
Yeah.
You can reverse course, but
Still
So
kind
I'm
of a
just like,
pain,
nope.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that you can't accidentally get on one of these. I think I'm actually going to do that with prettier walls, though. Well, for this side, anyway. And in my game, I paint these specifically a shade of blue. Like, you see a bunch of blue walls, you know that is where that's where a hypertube is.
Hmm.
It's my little aesthetic thing.
Gotcha.
But I also don't like crossing through wires on the way in and out to these things. Okay, I am going to run power now.
What the? Are you kidding me? Hi, Smitter. Where did you come from? Alright, well, back at it.
See if the physics of the game will let me go back up the way. Let's go!
That is a curious sound.
Yeah, except that I took out the... I adjusted the... how I laid out the... this end of the line. So I actually took out the chunk of hypertube that I was trying to go through.
Oh.
So I got part way there and just fell out of the
Fell
sky.
out, yeah.
Let's try that again. Once more with feeling. I need to make this a less slopey slope. Let's try that again. Thump. Oh, good. I made the section tall enough that the elephant ticks can go underneath of it.
Well,
But yeah, you are going to have to lean on the up arrow to get this whole thing all the way up here.
yeah.
Ooh! Oh my god, what?
Got our,
oh!
yeah. Alternate blueprints.
Okay, so what is that saying? It's... Noblisk out of what?
It's gunpowder. It's just black powder out of a different... It's actually just more efficient black powder, actually.
Oh.
No, wait, it uses compacted coal instead of regular coal.
And then you need to, like, do the whole compacted coal thing, and...
Which also takes sulfur, so, like... Okay.
I don't see that's helping you, unless it's, like, super more efficient, but... It's like, it wouldn't be my first choice. High-speed wiring is an interesting question, because...
The thing is, it takes high-speed connectors, and those are not trivial to make. Like,
yeah.
that's even further down the quartz tree. But, like, maybe if we're, like, trying to send up the third space elevator thing for another, we might make use of that.
What's that first? Oh, it's using those. Okay. Well, that's the thing. Eventually, we're going to need to make a bunch of those, but you're only going to need to make them for the
space elevator, yeah.
For the space elevator, because that's space elevator. You need, what is that? Automated wiring. Yeah, automated wiring is the
But don't you like use
phase 2 ship? And then you need it to make another thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you need them for the adaptive control units that are the stage 3. But again, you're only going to need them those times.
Yeah.
It's like you make them in a very limited specific batch, and then you're done. And then you do them again for the next thing, and then you're kind of done. It's not a permanent thing. But that gunpowder seems like a real... It's like it's more complicated. For a thing that we
don't really need that much, yeah.
Like, Noblisk detonator to detonate Nobelisks, yes.
But yeah, it's not even making
and
Nobelisks.
That's all you do.
Yeah, it's just
making
it's
the
just
black powder.
Yeah. And you're using the component to make black powder plus. using compacted coal just doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
to me.
that is a weird alternate recipe, and literally the only thing you do with black powder is make no ballistic and rifle cartridges.
Yeah. These is not a
So
great
basically, they're all
selection.
kind of terrible.
Yeah, they're all kind of terrible.
Oh, wood to charcoal. I think I got that as one of my crappy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I take the high-speed wiring or the charcoal. I just don't see the gunpowder one being at all useful.
Take it just in case, because it's the mystery.
Yeah.
All right.
We have a working hypertube. It goes both ways now.
Nice.
I'm going to take another trip just to see how the exit experience goes. I'm going to try doing it with hands off and to see if my normal acceleration pans out okay. Because you can't get a lot of speed going down this hill.
A bunch of research I can be doing here. All right.
Thump. Interestingly, I have a ramp to go up to this entrance. You never touch any part of it as you are thrown out the end if you're heading towards the steelworks.
Oh boy.
So basically we have a store-to-store transport.
Gotcha.
Because this dumps you out literally at the bins.
Yep.
Which I figure is the more likely useful exit spot. Like,
Probably.
putting another one of these in place to get over to, like, the coal field, the coal power and everything, not a terrible idea. I've done it in mine, but it was less of a priority than getting to where all the storage is. Oh yeah, your coal field is much neater than mine. Mine's a friggin' mess. Oh, you're routing your copper up there. Nice. And I can actually see parts of my buildings from here. I love it.
That's always fun. Like, the draw distance in this game is... I don't usually care a whole bunch about draw distance, but in this game it really pays off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tried turning it down just to, like, experiment with improving my performance. And I was like, you know, I will take the slight performance hit for the benefit of just, wow, that's cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, heading back up to where I can do more work. Can't goof off the whole time.
Fortunately, I'm just waiting for researches to kind of go through at the moment.
So I'm going to experiment with just not hitting the forward arrow, or the W, and see if I get enough oomph just from the initial launch. See if that gets me to the exit. Kind of curious. I'm curious about what the hands-off experience is.
I think hands-off it still works.
Well, I'm getting a real slowdown as I try and get toward the last couple of legs of this. But I feel like each one of the joints gives you a slight kick. Yep, okay, I can make it. You don't have to W key on your way up. It just takes a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, heck yeah.
All right, have an extra hand slot.
Ooh, hey.
Tool belt has been expanded.
Player upgraded.
And in 3 minutes, we'll have 5 more inventory slots. Hooray.
Cannot have enough, I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On the upside, the only thing I'm using screws for is the rotors, and the rotor thing is done. I have built that. So the rest of the screws can go into storage. Like, I'm not even making... I'm only powering the screws needed for the rotors right now over here. But I have several more screw constructors in place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, technically, with the amount of ore or the iron ingots on tap, I can power 18 cast screw constructors.
Ooh.
That's a lot more ding-dang screws than we need right now.
Yeah.
But the space is here. It is possible. So I think I'm probably going to take a few of these and just feed them into a storage bin. Because that way I can tear out the whole screw facility over there. I want the screws settled before I rip out what's in the original ironworks.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, until we have Mark V belts, yeah. Or Mark IV belts, I should say. The Mark III belt can carry 270 things.
Oh,
A
I'm
single screw
massive
constructor.
dingus. I've made a mistake. All right. I went slightly low on my conveyor belt mark for concrete.
Oops. So yeah, so it turns out that more than 4 constructors basically maxes out the Mark III belt.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do my cast screws outputs in batches of 4, and no more than that.
Gotcha. There we go. This should be efficient again. Not that we were really hurting for concrete, but, you know.
Efficiency is still a good goal.
Mm-hmm. All right, say hello to more inventory space.
Pocket dimension has been
Hello,
completed.
more inventory space.
Signal technologies. Hum-de-dum. And that
Up and
much,
over
huh?
and through. Can I do that?
We don't even need that many crystal oscillators as a thing, except to build that thing. Maybe I just hand make them. Maybe that's fine. We don't need to make a whole thing with the quartz yet. Maybe I just do that by hand and call that a day. Because yeah, in reality, a quartz oscillator factory is kind of a waste of time. Until you actually need it for parts for other things. And that's like tier 7 stuff, so
Yeah, by that point we'll be refactoring half of this anyway.
yeah. So how are y'all doing? We'll be here a while.
Yeah, right. We have reached one of those tedious bits.
Yep. But there's some pretty awesome rewards at the end of this, so and then it'll be done. Then we decide what the heck we're gonna do next. Now's a good time to hydrate, stretch, whatever you need to do.
Oh, encroaching clearance, that's my least favorite message.
Really, any
I
message
hate encroaching clearance.
any message in an orange box, but still, that's probably one of the worst. This is why I briefly considered making a factory to do this, because even making the small amount of crystal oscillators you need to do these unlocks is just a pain. But now, having gotten to the point of the game where you do actually need crystal oscillators for production, yeah, making a factory would be kind of a waste of time. You need them for so few things. So little extracurricular requirements for them.
Right. Oh, this is going to be clippy as heck, and I don't like it, but I have standards, dagnabbit. Just never come in here and look at it, it'll be fine.
But I want to show the stream.
Oh, it avoided being clippy. Oh, thank goodness. Now let's see if the snap to grid thing is smart enough to realize that I want the industrial storage at the same spot as the ones over there. And it did. It gave me the line. Excellent.
I'm glad when this part of my life is over.
Ooh.
All right. In 5 minutes, we're going to have a map.
Oh.
All that for like 37 crystal oscillators. Outstanding.
Ooh, wow. Nice. Right, don't have a jetpack, don't wander too close to the edge.
What's WoW?
Oh, I am checking out your new,
my new
concrete works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's alright.
Oh, good progress. We have hypertube.
Unlocked.
And we have map.
Okay, that must be the Z button that just lit up for me.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
That is not shabby.
Yeah, that's pretty strong, and it also reveals how far I've gone in my journeys.
I was going to say, I was like, wow, there's a lot of explored territory there.
But yeah, this is real good. More useful than you'd think. I'm just like, oh boy, you know, great, tells me, you know, where I am relative to things. But also, like, astonishingly useful, I think.
Yeah, no, that's pretty nice.
It also allows you to configure the radius at which beacons will remain on your compass. If, say, you don't want to always know where Coalfield Alpha is, you can set that from far compass view distance to, like, medium. Or just when you're near it.
Oh, nice. I mean, near is still a fairly large chunk of real estate, but
Or if you don't, you can also...
but there's also off, yeah.
You can also be like, I don't need to know where the space over... I don't need the space over on my compass 24/7. Just turn that off. You now have granular control over your compass.
All right, I am totally chasing down that research tree because that is very nice.
Yeah, it's honestly better than expected. Like, it's easy to be skeptical of a map in this game because you're like, you know, great terrain, you know, landmarks, whatever. I'm just worried about, you know, what I'm doing here. Oh, it'll also show you the current position of all your vehicles as well, like your locomotives.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm carrying a bunch of screws because I tore all that stuff out. Let's dump those. Oh, I also have ingots, which tearing out all the equipment left me with carrying a bunch of ingots. Oh, hey, you know what? There's an awesome sink over here. Because what else am I going to do with just ingots? Stand at a machine shop and turn them into things by hand? I don't think so.
There's a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff I can pursue now on the various research trees. So I think I will.
Heck yeah. Okay, I have not been over here in a while. How heinous is this whole situation?
I think that'll be my contributions today, is just a whole bunch of research. You know what's actually kind of annoying me? I don't really know if we've got a good source of mycelia around here. The cave nearby turned out to be a bust, so... I'm not sure we have a good source of mushrooms around here.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Daggers, rotters, rips, screws. All right.
Oh, the rebar gun. About the nicest thing I can say about it is that it is a ranged weapon.
Yep, it's not good, but I kind of,
No.
you know, getting it done will be getting it done.
Yep. There's other things in that tree.
Yeah. Can probably get all 3 inhaler recipes done today.
I managed to get this concrete, this foundation laid over the other copper node in such a way that placing the miner puts it exactly in the middle of the foundation lane.
Nice.
Like, I couldn't have placed this better.
Sweet.
Well, I built a wall next to the existing one and used that as the base to, like, of course, this entire foundation tile section is separate from the hub one, and there's not much I can do about that without literally destroying our entire copper production permanently. So this is always going to be kind of separate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it goes. You live with it. But I need to turn those 3 smelters into 8, and then I need to get this other miner up here and put 8 more smelters on it. I've got my work cut out for me.
This is my first time seeing your platform.
Thunk, and you just get thrown.
You just get
out.
thrown all the way out.
Yeah, you just get launched out that thing. Okay, I need what? 2 portable miners and some mod frames. Let's go. Whoops.
Now for the trip up.
Which is workable.
Yeah, honestly, for how steep this incline is, it's pretty serviceable.
Oh. Rips and rods. Yep, we are making those. Right. Not that, but the other thing. Portal miners, please. Wait, do we have some in storage?
I don't think so. I actually have a few on hand I can give you.
I'd say like no point in building them if we have extras.
Here,
Oh, I've got a couple in storage in the little pocket storage bin next to the hub or next to the console.
Gotcha.
And there's still 2 more left, so
good stuff.
So for that, the inevitable time when we finally decide that it's time to crank out production on the 4th of our
New building unlocked.
starter iron nodes, we'll be ready. Miner Mark II. Plunk.
Well, that requires
There's nothing to
HMF,
do
so.
yet. Because I haven't really put a lot of thought into how I'm going to lay out all the smelters up here. Like at the moment, I don't even need the 2nd miner to do anything. I just wanted to get it placed and on a grid.
Mm-hmm.
What I really need to do is absolutely redo this initial copper run. But as soon as I do that, I'm basically destroying the rip factory.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've got the 2 wire makers feeding the 2 assemblers. Now, having said that, we could route stuff from the Copperworks proper over here. Not that it's all that proper. How is this not full of wire?
Oh, that's a
Must
little
have needed
bit.
some at some point.
Oh, yeah, I just took some out. Alright, well, a buggy exists.
Aha!
It's a little kind of like hitchy on client side. Probably better on your side, but
Sit down in front of the
yeah, it actually has a
over by
compass,
the hypertube.
compass marker. It's
Oh yeah, there it is, Explorer. Okay.
I've put some solid biofuel in it.
Now, is that what it runs on? Is that what you need for those? Is just the solid biofuel like for the chainsaw?
It can run on any burnable fuel source. It can run on coal. It can run on solid biofuel. It can run on packaged fuel.
Apparently, we'll mow down small trees.
Yeah, it will.
It's just. Hope you didn't need those trees for anything because they're gone now. Whoops, let's. Luckily, I didn't care about those small trees, but, you know, still.
So,
It's like you don't get anything for it either, do you? Just kind of like, nope, those trees are dead now.
yep.
Yeah, because I don't think those. No, it's a good way to clean the hedges, I guess.
Hmm.
Speaking of biofuel, I am carrying some plant matter. It's really kind of amazing that we're still using these plant and tree matter to biofuel.
Yeah.
New equipment, what do we get? Still work on the medicals.
Yep.
I think my most efficient solution to the first copper miner smelter situation is to just make 4 more smelters on the other side of the existing ones, hanging out further over empty space.
Yeah.
It's got the least amount of refactoring. Like, managing the output's going to suck a little bit, but basically, otherwise I have to tear out literally every bit of that. And I'm not keen on that plan. Yeah, I'm not sure you can jump up there from there.
No, not quite.
I made a ramp. And you'll see that, yeah, that just lined right up.
Yep. Nice.
And I'm really not sure where the output of that's going to go. It may not continue pointing that direction
Yeah.
in the
maybe,
long
like,
run.
Kind of go like here and then around.
Well, I'm thinking I should process, like, do the smeltering as close to it as possible.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be transporting raw ore any further than absolutely necessary.
Mhm.
Just, like, deforest that little space over there and just turn it into smelter central.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that giant empty space that I'm going to build out over. On purpose.
Oh boy.
Don't fall to your death.
I suppose there's no reason not to, while I'm kind of doing checklist stuff anyway.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab the remaining 2 milestones from the hub, the jump pads and the vehicular transport. Not that we need them, but...
Yeah. No reason not to.
Yep. My words exactly. Howdy, War Devil.
Good evening.
We're having a chill evening making factories. And yes, I've got my Mug of Joe ready to go.
My headcanon is that mine is full of cocoa, but you know.
Several buildings aimed at
Oh, yeah,
factory
cocoa is
commercial
better,
can now
yeah.
be accessed in the build menu. Caution is recommended during use of these products.
Caution, don't use these.
Yeah. I've never played with those.
No.
I have
not once.
absolutely no idea how they work.
I mean, for Pete's sake, the huge jelly landing pad takes biomass. When are you going to have biomass just, like, not even processed biomass? Oh, man, is pretty fleshed out at this point.
Nice.
I just need to find some gosh darn mycelia. Ah, geyser. That's Caterium, right?
Oh, hi.
Goodbye.
Yoink.
Oh, now I can open up the map and see where I'm going. Oh, this is pleasant. Oh, even better. Can I have a health item right there, please? Thank you.
Okay. Put up some
Oh,
pretty
not
windows.
1, but 2 of you guys.
Milestone exchange concluded. Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
Thank you. Here are your organs. There you are.
You have to be careful about asking that question in casual conversation.
Yeah. Our first purple power slug.
Ooh. I have yet to nag one of those.
They are
Snag.
quite...
There.
You've yet to nag one of those?
Yeah, I just that tongue twister. All right, I'm
Go around nagging the power slugs around the world?
Yep. Asking why they haven't done their chores yet, you know.
Yeah. What are you doing just lazing
Tell me.
around on this wall?
Tell them to get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich, you know.
Ugh.
Oh, that is an empty space I should probably not run out over. All right.
Oh,
There we go. Nice and safe. Boy, I hate looking down from there. All right. I think just to be...
Well, it was something, as expeditions go. What precisely is the objective in Satisfactory? I'm glad you asked.
Build stuff and have fun.
Well, stuff. It's It's kind of, it's not really like a creativity toy type of game like Minecraft, but it shares a lot of DNA. The objective is to build very complex products from our materials using factories in such quantities that you could never have the time or the patience or the ability to produce by hand. Products to make products to make products, stage by stage. So you go out, you find resource nodes to exploit and build. Yeah, 3D Factorio. That's it. It's 3D Factorio.
Yeah.
But 3D,
And immediately someone says Dyson Sphere program. Yeah, no.
3D first-person Factorio. Which, honestly, the perspective is kind of the difference maker for me. Being able to actually personally walk around the stuff is actually kind of sweet, yeah. Because you build a thing and then you walk into the thing and you can see it all working and moving. And
yeah, the animation of the various bits of machinery is actually kind of interesting on its own.
Yeah, and the
Like,
logistics of actually...
there's a lot of places where you just kind of stop down and look at either the scenery or what you've built, or just watching things happen, or watching the day-night cycle. Like, there's eye candy as well, so it's not just looking at, dealing with numbers and looking at, raw machinery. It's like, this is really dang pretty.
It's an exceptionally pretty game, too, yeah. It's a beautiful world, almost poignant in the way that you cut it down, deforest it and turn it into...
This is not a tree hugger game.
Yeah.
Merger, please.
I guess those don't count.
So there's a little bit of exploration, exploitation, a little bit of problem solving and logistics. There's a little bit of math. Because like you need X of these per minute to make Y of those, which you then take to make Z of the other thing. What do I want to do here?
Not too shabby.
What do we get?
What did I just do? I used the purple power slug to unlock turning purple power slugs into...
Oh, right, the purple power slug thingy, yeah.
So if we find another one, we can make 4 power shards out of it. Not that we're really, like, prioritizing power shards.
Overclocking is such a... Like, you can do it. And there are times where it makes sense, but those times are usually crunch times. Like, or you have a very specific bit of math you're trying to aim for.
Yeah, yeah. Or like, in terms of logistically, you've only got so much of a resource node to work with in this spot. It helps for the sort of much higher logistical phases later on, I find. But at that point, you're also overproducing more power than you need, so...
Okay,
like, a lot of the stuff that's like, why would you do that, becomes a lot more relevant when you start getting into, like, Tier 7 and whatnot, I've noticed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're very much at
building...
the intermediate, the kid gloves are off. You're doing real things. You're doing moderately complex things.
But we're not at the, like...
And then Tier 7 becomes the real game.
Yeah. There's not really an end goal yet, other than... I mean, this is still early access.
That too.
There's not really, like, a win state. There is sort of a state where, like, you've researched and built all of the systems, all the products on the map. And, that's where kind of the content ends. There's not
But
really
you
like
also,
an
like, we're so
explicit-
far away from that, and it's also, like, you get to a point where you're making nuke power,
Yeah.
and you then have to deal with the, oh, you've now created nuclear waste. What are you going to do with that? How are you going to deal with the fact that you can't be around it without radiation shielding that wears off over time? You have problems to solve.
Yep.
Speaking of which,
There's certainly enough content to last, you know, if this is your jam. Like, I imagine there might be sort of like, in the full game, there might be like a final space elevator product to send up where it's like, well, you've done it, now roll credits, I guess, but...
hey, it helps if you put Mark 3 belts in where the ore's coming out.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, just a little bit. Yeah, we have a space elevator for expressly that purpose, and that's sort of like the major unlock milestones for that. Oh, which reminds me, the other remaining milestone in this tier thing I've been puttering around about. Need cables and iron rods. So yeah, generally, like, your moment-to-moment goal, besides like automate resources to produce products for what you need, is to gather up, you know, enough of what you need to either satisfy a hub milestone or a space elevator milestone.
Because the space elevator milestones unlock the next set of tiers. So you have kind of this staggered set of gates.
Yeah.
The first bit
And-
of content you get right away, you then have to finish off those tiers to get the stuff you need to send off a space elevator thing to unlock the next batch of things you need that will let you build the things that will send you off the next space elevator thing that unlocks the next thing, and, you know, lather and repeat.
it's generally competently structured to the point where, like, there's always something more to do and more to explore and get and whatnot, and something to make it easier. Generally works out pretty well, in my opinion, if it's your jam,
Is that thing empty?
which it has turned out to
It
be for
is.
us, me and GreyDuck here.
Milestone reached. Long-range transportation, as well as the construction of outposts, is now encouraged.
All right, so I'm going to
Railway
take this
stations have built-in functionality to
buffer
refuel
bin
and restock
out
or
of the
collect
loop
parts.
because it is literally doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It never has anything in it.
Yeah.
And just belt in between those. I'll throw
It
Mark
will
III
once
in
it
because
once it fills up, but at that point you could probably.
the problem is I need to build a foundation tile where it was standing.
Yeah, it's a game map's big. We've started roughly here-ish, and this is like, oh, I don't know. If I'm being generous, like 8% of the map we've seen. If that.
Oh yeah, no,
more,
it's
more like 5 or 6%.
yeah, I'd say in the 5% range.
Yeah. And it's all one contiguous map. There's 4 starting zones, but they're all connected, so, and you'll end up like traversing, like on my main playthrough, I've covered like a little more than half of that, just with different installations, connected by trains and hypertubes, so that's, now I just need to find some dang mycelia. Where the heck does the map?
Yeah, that is a puzzle. Like, I know where there's a cave with some in it, but you don't want to go that far for it, I don't think.
I might have to.
That is the way we're going.
And that'll detect the, like, bacon agaric mushroom, not the mycelia mushrooms. Yeah, it's the same map for every game, and it's huge.
Yeah, the good news is it means there's
it's not
online planner stuff for...
Yeah, it's not randomly generated, and there's enough that... But no two people's, like, games are going to be alike. You're going to build your own different kind of sprawl. based on whatever your aesthetic sensibilities and priorities are, and how you both make mistakes in figuring out the efficiency of your factories and also, you know, how you tear down and improve over time. You know, how much spaghetti you end up making versus how much order you end up making.
Oh, I now have 8 smelters attached to the Mark II copper node that we started with.
Is that so?
And some of that output is still going to the original 2 wire makers to feed the rip factory.
Gotcha.
So I really don't want to break that until I have proper wire making up here.
Mm.
But it means that this entire copper site is not long for this world.
Yeah.
Like I need to do to this what I did to the ironworks, which is, luckily there's not very much of it. It's like 6 constructors.
Yeah.
And 4 bins. I mean, this is... I'm not destroying much if I offload all this. Oh, sorry, 3 bins. We don't even have that many bins.
Alright. I've got to go on an expedition to find a cave. What direction would you say there was one that you found?
Okay, so... Well, it's non-trivial, but you basically end up... Oh, I don't know if that's really the best way to go, though. The problem is that...
Oh wait, I know where there's a
I
cave
know where there's
with
a
spiders.
I know where there's a cave, but it's like above my original starting space.
Oh.
So you have to like get to where I started out and then go uphill from there. Like, I'm hoping there's a better option because that just...
Alright. Well, I have this new car, and hitchy
Oh, yeah.
as it is, I can drive for a while, so...
Let's say, how much fuel have you got on hand?
Plenty.
Oh, I guess, yeah, it doesn't seem to go through it very fast, does it?
Ah.
Loves it leaves little tracks and does little puffs in the sand.
Yep.
Oh, right.
There should be plenty of caves around here.
Seems legit. Oh, yeah, yeah, and all this stuff. Excellent.
I'm going to want to be exceptionally careful.
Oh, yeah, that's, Hello?
Okay.
That was interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, look.
I'm rubber banding a little bit.
Ew. Okay. Got yourself some alien organs, though.
The game does not like me being in here.
Apparently not. Well, we're a couple hours in, too. And it starts... We've noticed it starts getting a little janky the longer we're at this, so...
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, we're coming up on 9 o'clock now. Oh, that is... Good luck figuring out where you are and how to get back out again.
I just need to climb the pillar again, but this is not a mushroom cave, unfortunately.
It is, however, a purple power slug. But yeah, that's all there is, yeah.
No? We're not doing that? Okay. Okay. Ugh.
Come on. Do the thing. There we go.
one time I actually want to find a cave.
Where am I getting that 495 number from?
Oh, hello.
D16 and D11.
Poison pillars guarding and spiders guarding a power slug. It's a very well protected
Meh.
power slug.
Yeah, that's and it looks like it's like a green or a yellow too. So like, really, guys?
I've
Overkill.
noticed that they're not terribly like proportionate to the reward. Not always. Going ways off the beaten path now. Thankfully, I have this map. Tell me just how far away from everything I am. Well, maybe that's enough. Maybe I've done enough for a day. Figure that out later, maybe on my own time. Just come over here.
Yeah,
and
we'll do a
scout
little
out,
research.
Yeah.
There is a caves overlay in Satiscalc.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Caves. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. That's what you want.
Oh, there's one down there. Okay. Alright, gonna check that out then.
Oh, there's a big one right down by where the sulfur is, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yep. That's what I'm looking at.
Cool. I am starting the upper deck of what will be the improved copper works.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now that I can actually look at the map for reference, this is the real strength. That between the Satisfactory calculator map and us having the actual map. Now I can actually pinpoint where the hell these things are.
Yeah, never underestimate the power of the online tools.
Be like right there. Dead ahead. Aha! Here we go. I've never seen these before. I've seen you
Ooh.
before.
Oh. Chloe.
Yeah.
I think, let's say, oh yeah, hello. You've also seen those before.
Come on. New challenger approaches. Very glad to have the basher.
Oh yeah. I read once, and I don't know if it's Reddit or what, but someone was like, yeah, so I just go in there, throw a whole bunch of Nobelisk, and then set it all off, and purple power slug, hot dog.
There
I'm watching
we
you more than I'm
go.
playing my own game here, so. Those are the things you can chop down? Kind of doesn't look that way.
Starting to
Oh,
think
no, there's
these
one.
glowies bits might just be a texture screw up.
Which is hilarious. Oh, thank you for the more space.
There we go, getting a decent haul of mycelia.
Excellent.
There we go.
Okay, and since I have, and that, how close is that to actually where the whatchamacallit is, the sulfur?
Tell you what, Do I have a... I can... If I just, like, put down a beacon here, this might be worth marking.
Actually, yeah, I wouldn't bet against that. Okay, can I put 10 constructors in here? I mean, probably.
There we go. Marked the entrance to the Mycelia Cave.
Cool. Something, one of the most annoying things is like a constructor is a foundation tile wide, but it hangs over just enough. The bounding box is just enough that you can't put it up against a wall.
Yeah.
Like, really, guys?
Really helping the team here.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, to heck with it. We're gonna do it this way.
Oh, there was a hidden entrance right next to where I've got the black powder as well.
Oh, cool.
So you don't even need to go down there. You can just...
Oh, dang. Right there.
Yeah, I'm just going to move that beacon over because this is significantly more convenient.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Okay, are we happy with that? I mean, we're happy-ish.
So that should do us for Mycelia for a while.
Oops. Ironically, I ran out of wires as I tried to make the constructors so I can make more wires. Sorry, I ran out of cables. Close enough.
Hmm.
I will get away with my mistake. Out of luck, not skill.
Well, we are exceptionally good on power shards for a while, should we ever desire them.
When the time comes. Because at some point, overclocking will be a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to have most of the MAM done, save for, like, the very ends of the quartz and sulfur trees and the bottom third of the caterium tree, which are... For quartz and caterium, not terribly optional, but they're later.
Right.
I've researched just about everything that can be acquired now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this finished building. Wire. I've only got 10 of them. The first half of our wire production, our new wire production, the constructors are physically placed, the input beltage is ready. Well, there's still power and routing the output and all that, but I think we're getting to the point now where it's like, I'm probably about done for the night. We put in a good run here, and this leaves me a nice, obvious space where to pick up.
Yep, just need
But
a
soon we
few-
will make oodles of wire, and I can siphon off a chunk of that for the five of the 10 stitched iron plate factories that are planned. And then we will be making rips.
I just need to finish off the a few minutes to finish off the last few research nodes.
Sure. Yeah, I can totally put time into making this stuff happen in the meantime.
And then after this, I suppose I'm probably might be worthwhile to just go out and find some more hard drives, really. Do some more expeditions.
Yeah. So you're pretty happy with your mycelia haul?
Oh, yeah, I got like 600 or so.
Woo! Hey, that is...
More than enough to at least get the research nodes done.
Yeah, I gotta make note of that, because... that seems like a good way to... Because I haven't been touching that research, because the mycelia near my starting base is... limited is the nicest way I can put it.
Yeah, it's not like we need a whole lot, but like taking a chainsaw to every mushroom in there, that'd be a whole lot. Probably one of the
Very nice.
best mycelia hauls I've ever had in this game, so up to this point, really.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna be remembering that for your game, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that's why I haven't done that yet. It's like, fabric. Sure, I'll get that.
It's not really a thing, you know?
Well, parachutes,
Yeah.
which
What do you do?
are a thing if you don't rush to jetpacks, which I did, so... because jetpacks are awesome.
You want biomass and mycelia to make that. Well, you're in luck. I have all these animal parts.
Yeah. Okay, how many more floors do I have this? What did I do? 5?
And you want cable? Come on. Busting my chops here. Alright. For this stage of the game, we have maxed out all relevant research.
We have researched the heck, huh?
Yep. Every possible benefit we could have at this stage of the game, we now have.
Well, I have just finished the first floor of the Cathedral of Copper.
Nice.
Like, it's not running yet. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with the outputs. And I do have 2 wire constructors, or cable constructors. I have only allocated 2 cable constructors because you use cables to make things, but cables are not an ingredient in another machine. They're literally just, you need them for wires and other things. So I'm only dedicating a couple of constructors to keeping us topped off on those. But there will be 20 when I'm done, once I've got the other copper miner online. There will be 20 constructors cranking out wires, because the stitch iron plates use a lot, and cables use some as well.
Ooh, mycelia plus organs to make inhalers. Why didn't you say so?
Oh yeah.
Gonna make a whole bunch of inhalers and put them in the bin, so we've got healing for later.
Oh, that's a good idea, since I'm still carrying around raspberry. Which I'll just eat those. There. Now I'm out. And then there's all the paint. Because at some point I will be doing a beautification project. I will get bored at some point and be like, okay, I need to do something other than what I've been doing. I mean, I'm leaving the orange default. I mean, I feel like for the stream, it makes sense to be like, here's what things look like normally, and it makes things nice and visible in a distance.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to mess with that, but certain other buildings are going to get a facelift. That's just a fact.
Alright, we have a whole mess load of healing items.
Have I just not made one yet? What does it take to make one? I've never actually looked. Because we haven't actually made the color gun yet, have we?
I I suppose not. We've made the cartridges, but not the gun.
Let me go grab some screws and wires and fix that problem.
Yeah, I'd be down for a beautification project all around, honestly.
There's my screws. And the wires are back up the hill, which luckily that's not a problem. Oh, yeah, there's a building there now. You look up the hill and yoink. Like, I'm kind of leaving the old equipment and everything in place temporarily, just it's not hurting anything, and it means that we still get what we need
Yeah.
as I work on replacing it. Kind of the same thing I do with the ironworks. Oh, workshop is occupied.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
In a second.
How much spiked rebar do you need?
Enough for now.
Okay. Color gun. Boop. And now that goes into my gear rotation because, yes.
Figure having, if I'm going to be in an expeditionary mood in the next stream or so, probably would be wise to keep myself armed to the teeth, frankly.
Oh, that I get, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, if you ever change the upper left color option, it changes the default of everything. So I can instantly change the look of everything we've made. Except, no, I don't think it changes walls. It changes all the equipment, but walls, once placed, are the color they are. It's kind of weird.
Huh.
I will... Yeah, I'll stick with that. That's fine. Reload. So...
Blue for iron.
Yep. Ironworks go blue. But it's also like a color cartridge usage per chunk of wall.
Yeah.
It's like you go through your plant life real fast as soon as you start building these big things. Yep. But yeah, so that's
that is a productive day, all told.
And I can also change the color of the belt lifts. Boop. What's really nice is with ramps, if you change the color of the ramp, it's like, what actually happens is the just the silvery bits that go along the sides. Let's see.
Oh,
do I have a ramp?
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a neat effect. It's like, so it stays gray for the main part. But then you just kind of get that trim. It's really nice with some of the greens and things. Reload. Yeah, I'm going to get this thing painted. That's going to like use up all my... And the game does not care if you are wasteful and accidentally click on the same spot twice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're still burning the color cartridge just because you didn't know you were changing the same one twice. It's not that smart. I feel like this is one of those features where it's like, yeah, we'll
throw it in.
We don't care enough to make it super efficient yet.
Color gun 2.
And let's... Whoa, let's not fall to our death.
The most I've personally used the color gun for is when I'm making like a particularly large factory. I'll like kind of plot out where sections go using the colors on the foundations. That's about
Oh
it.
yeah. There's a... Oops, I just painted a freaking... Yeah, you can paint the like the double-sided power nodes on the walls.
Oh,
Yeah, that just used a paint cartridge to paint that blue instead of the actual tile. It's like, ah. And I'm out. So I need to go grab the rest. Like, I'll get the outside of this thing, and that'll be probably it, because I need more flowers. Which, like, that's kind of a weird requirement. Like, you have to go... Oh, I know where to get flowers, but it's like, it's the West Coast. It's that island on the West Coast that has the gobs and gobs of flowers. Like, I came away from that with just... I made 1,000 paint cartridges just from a casual perusal of that. Oh, reload. Yes, yes, yes. So I'll get kind of the bulk of the outside of this done and call it good, because like once I started it, like I'm gonna come back to the game and be like, why is that half orange and half blue?
because it wants to be a movie trailer, apparently. Or movie poster. Rather.
Color grading.
Movie poster was the word I was looking for, and I blew it.
Yeah.
And then I can go out and get a couple of the, at least a couple of the things I couldn't before. Hard drives, drop pods, whatnot, which will have various resources and goodies.
Oh, I'm so happy with that. Like, I'm not done painting, but
I'm really happy about the map, and yeah.
Oh yeah. No, this was a good run. We made some good progress here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
We are
something that isn't all orange.
We are set up for the future in a number of ways now.
Yep. Oh, I think I'm going to go up the hill here and take a picture of my new building. Probably from the top of this thing, that works. My newly painted building with my cup of joe.
Can I get in shot here in frame?
You jump up again. There you are.
Oh, okay.
I saved a shot with you in it, yes.
Nice.
Excellent. Which is funny because the shot I'm taking, like you can see a lot of the inside of that building is still orange, but yeah, whatever.
It's fine.
I don't care. All right, folks, I think we're at pausing point. I will be picking things up next time with getting the rest of that Copperworks going so I can get the rips and mod frames redone.
And I'm probably going to pick up next time with going back to foraging for hard drives and resources, I think. I think I'm just going to take the car out for a spin.
Oh yeah, that definitely has to be done. Excellent. Well, again, thank you for the stream. Thank you for having me come along. This continues to be a great co-op experience. I mean, even though it's the early access jank, multiplayer glitchiness, this is still so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm gonna let it get through the autosave. I've got to autosave in 5 seconds here, and then I will do an actual save. Yeah. And save completed.
All right. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. Whether you're here on Twitch or on YouTube, much appreciated either way. And we will see you again next week.
Yeah, see you next time.